Guys, you will not believe what we got. Because this is the all-new Range Rover Vogue Autobiography P350. Now this ain't your regular Range Rover. We're talking leather softer than a politician's promises, more tech than a silicon savannah startup, and enough power to make a lion purr. So put on your fancy shoes and adjust your coiffure and get ready to conquer these Nairobi streets with the style and grace that only a Range Rover can deliver. Just try not to spill your chai on the plush carpets, alright? So here we have with us the new Range Rover Vogue P350. This thing just looks stupendous. I mean, look at it. Look at it. There are no faults on the car. It comes with this awesome matte black finish. Oh my god. You have these headlights which have your LED, your daytime running lights, and like a million tiny mirrors to help with the LED matrix, switching off the light in certain sections of the vehicle when there's an oncoming driver. Moving along here, you have your classic Range Rover grille. It's become smaller and they've made it more smooth with the body, whereas before it was like a But now it's part of the bonnet. It looks really cool. Down here you have a rear diffuser as well as your fog lights. I mean, rather front diffuser. Unfortunately, it did get scratched, but there's no problem. You're in a Range Rover. You don't care. Moving along to the side, the best thing I've ever seen in a car are these rims. Like, I kid you not, I've never seen better rims. These are, I'd like to imagine, 21-inch rims, and it just looks fabulous with this giant, like, look at the size of it. This side mirror is just phenomenal, and you have these door handles and a step that comes out just for you to remind you that you made it in life. Moving alongside, again, the car has now a more aerodynamic profile. And again, before in the past, the car looked somewhat boxy, whereas now smoothened it out. It's like they took sandpaper and they were just there like, you know, on certain sections of the car, including this side. Again, this resembles the last model of the car, the previous one before the P350. But it was not originally there on the old school Range Rover Vogue. It was not originally there on the old school Range Rover Vogue. It was not originally there on the old school Range Rover. Again, moving along to the side, to the back, you have these blacked out lights. These line of lights that only come on when you press on the brake, or let's say it's night. Those are your signal lights, they are your brake lights, they are your reverse lights, if I'm not wrong. You have your Range Rover here. And something I've never understood with the Range Rover, those two things, right? Apparently, the reason why they had to add two of those pins is because of the way the car works. It can't get a signal for GPS with only one. And I'm not sure why Range Rover decided to just plop two on top, but I'm not complaining. This car just rear diffuser at the bottom. Rear diffuser at the bottom. It is just a phenomenal vehicle. Moving along to the engine. Now, this Range Rover, being the P350, comes with a 4.4 liter twin turbocharged V8 that puts out a staggering 530 horsepower with 750 newton meters of torque. Now this car is quite heavy, weighing about 3,220 kilograms, but still the engine itself is able to haul. It can carry about, or rather tow, 3.5 tons with a towing winch that can be put in the back that disappears. It hides underneath the body. There are different versions of this car, including a diesel and a smaller V6 petrol. And if you pause your screen now, you should see all the stats for the different engines. Anyway, on to the interior. This work of art of a car, so beautiful. Starting with the window controls, which feel very nice. They're very tactile. And then there's also
the back has blinds on it, and you could put down the blinds using the driver's seat controls over here. There's also the adjustments, which feel very, very smooth. Surprisingly, I didn't know they could feel smoother with, of course, the memory. Moving on to the steering wheel. The steering wheel is very nice. It feels very smooth with its leather, and also its buttons, which feel very tactile. And then there's a speedometer up front over here, which is completely just a screen. And it also comes up with a head-up display for the driver when they're driving to see the speed they're at, and also the gear that they're using at the moment. Moving along, you can see the dashboard has this very nice black leather, which is it has a high quality. It doesn't feel like it's moving at all. It's very nice with these vents that are really large but hidden in plain sight. There's also these two buttons for the two glove boxes, the upper one and the lower one, which have a lot of space, honestly. And also they come with Range Rover's headphones. Very small though, but they look really cool. Moving along to the seats of the car. Now these seats, these are leather seats, they're not quilted though, but these seats are heated, massaged and cooled seats, which are very, very nice. The massaging, I tested it, it's I didn't know it could feel that good. Then the center console has a fridge, which in some Range Rovers before have come in, but this one feels, it's larger, it's better. There's also the cup holders and a place for you to put your key. You can put your key in any of these. And it has a Type-C port over here for you to charge your phone, and a wireless charging pad that moves along to this infotainment system, which allows the driver to connect their phone using Bluetooth, and they can leave their phone here charging as they are driving, because of they can pick up calls with this very easily. There's also the AC, which you can push or pull, which is an interesting feature Range Rover decided to add. I actually kind of like it. Instead of having so many buttons, just one screen on the thing that's showing your temperature, your fan speed. Even when the car is on, when you press this button, you can switch to the heated seats for whatever you're using on your chairs. The screen itself is very large, it's very nice, although I had noticed a problem. It tends to overheat. It feels like it's burning me whenever I touch the back over here. Though it's very stable, doesn't feel like it's moving at all. It's very nice and large, and it's curved inwards. Moving along to this rear view mirror, which is very nice, and it's also a digital mirror, so you can see everything without any obstructions of your passengers in the back. Then there's also these touch lights, which are very nice and easy to use, although I do kind of miss the tactile feeling that the lights had once. And there's a sunroof visor, though it takes a long time for it to open, and the sunroof, which is very large. Moving on to the back of the car. Now for the interior, which is very spacious. There's a lot of headroom, knee room and legroom, and this has already been set up for the driver. There's the controls over here for reclining seats that you can move back and forth, which is very nice, especially if you're carrying something big in the back. There's also controls here for your window blind, which is the same control for putting up and down your window. There's also for the reading light, and you can also change the window blind on the left side or the right side depending on where you're sitting in the passenger seat. Now for the screens, which are touch, and you can connect HDMI cables and see your navigation if the rear passenger wishes to do so. And which the HDMI ports are located in the middle here. There are also cables you could connect in here, type C, and cup holders which look very nice and futuristic. Also, some other things I missed were the cool AC wheel that when turned switches on, and when pulled it allows you to change the fan speed, and when pulled one more time it allows to change the seat's temperature, which is neat. A 15-speaker Meridian surround system with a premium, detailed and immersive experience with the astounding tri-field technology, bringing it all together. And the boot, which in some models can be opened with a tailgate gesture and a cool animation when locked and unlocked. With a capacity of 725 liters with the seats up and 1943 liters when the seats are down, which is astonishing, with a seat that can be removed to relax with cup holders, because you're driving a Range Rover. Now for the drive.
That's okay, no, but I am genuinely excited to do this. Although something weird I noticed, you don't have a way of controlling your volume. I'm the one who chooses that volume.
Maybe if I don't know, I actually don't have a way of controlling volume.
That is very weird coming from Range Rover. Anyway, start it. Sounds very nice, very nice. So, and we are off. So, this car still has air suspension, simultaneously double wishbone suspension, so it eats the bumps like nobody's business. And that giant panoramic sunroof is just astounding. It is just phenomenal.
It's beautiful.
It's just such a good car.
It lets in so much light.
Yeah, it feels huge. Let me be very honest with you. I feel like I'm driving a truck. Like, I feel so high up, like I'm about to look down upon someone, or I'm about to insult them for all the things they did wrong to me years ago. But aside from that, it's really plush. Even that bump that we just hit, and the car hooks, Jesus Christ, when it wants to hook. Like, I can feel it. If I push it, the car wants to go. Right? Just a small stretch of road here. I'm just gonna like floor it a bit, but not all the way.
Car wants to move.
It books it. What are your thoughts on it, since you are sitting as a passenger and that's usually where shouldn't you be sitting in the back?
I get to sit where I want to sit.
Okay, fair enough, but still, if you own a Range Rover, you want to be either at the front or the back.
But it's dependent. What are you doing in a Range Rover? Are you being chauffeured?
Well, most likely you are, because you know it's a Range Rover, but
Yeah.
the car has been done really well, really well.
As a passenger, the drive is so smooth. I cannot feel the road. We're just gliding on the road.
And does this car have rear steering? Because I kid you not, I feel like I can make very tight turns and the car will be perfectly okay with that decision I make there.
I think so too, because it turns really well.
Extremely well. Power delivery is extensive. And the engine, my lord. Perfection.
Amazing.
Just perfection. Okay, so because of unfortunately I don't try a launch because this is still a relatively new car, and the owner trusting me with it again. Thank you beyond all belief. We really thank you for the opportunity to do something like this.
Hot.
I'm not going to launch it because it's new. I launched mine when I get mine. Also, forgot, this car has so many modes, so I can raise the suspension about 4 times. What the heck did I just say there? That did not make sense. I can raise the suspension. It's air suspension. It can be raised. I can lock the front and the rear diff. Lock the rear diff and the central diff.
Yeah.
Of this vehicle. It has the adaptive cruise, and it uses those sensors to maintain a distance with a vehicle ahead of you. Yeah, it's just a really good car. Really good. That heads-up display is just awesome to have. I'm just smiling at it.
I can't see it.
It's because it's for me. I'm the driver. Do you look like the driver? You're not the driver. You are not the driver. I am the driver. You know, let's try something. I'm gonna try doing a turn. How do you? I feel like a child. Hazard. I am doing a reverse, and the engine is so silent. The amount of sound deadening this car has is phenomenal. Oh, this thing is aiding me.
Yeah, it has a camera from above. I wonder how they usually do that. The 360 camera guidance, so you can just not hit anything. You can see exactly where the car is.
Probably a proximity sensor.
Yeah. But it's done very, very
You know
well.
what? No. Where's sports mode on this thing? I don't try launch because this is still a relatively new car. I have no idea what to put into sports mode. You know, no, I'm going to leave it. We're just going to floor it. You know what I said about the launch? Yeah.
Just again.
Oh my god!
Jesus.
Hey!
We reached how fast?
Oh, 65, but I feel like I was going to die. Oh,
If I did not hold the camera, it would have flown.
I'm not doing that again.
Yeah, I don't know why you got the idea from.
Look, it's the random whims in life that propel you forward.
Jesus.
Oh my god. I think I could draw the conclusion of this guy. Now you?
Yeah, I think so too. The Range Rover Vogue is a work of art. As one of the best luxury SUVs, this beast of a car is well balanced between its high-tech, plush, and luxurious interior, paired together with its subtle yet powerful engine. No need to test that again. And you can have one for the price of an arm, a leg, and a blood sacrifice. But it's still worth it. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed, subscribe and like. It would help a ton. Thank you.